experience. It's always put me like in the dirt.
I mean, I would consider those good friends.
Good.
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Influential.
Yeah, you're like, oh man.
Been the new thing is going out shooting.
Nice.
And we went out shooting once, and since he got it, his birthday was in June, so that's what he wanted for his 18th birthday. And and now he's like, "Can we put a scope on it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, we could do that." He's like, "Maybe like a red dot sight." I'm like, "Whoa, let's work on the gun basics first." So he's sending me videos of the top rail of his gun, like looking up images on Google of like scopes on repeater rifles. And I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, all right, we should definitely put a scope on that.
And first time only time I ever smacked myself right in the fucking head with a scope was a Winchester 3030.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
It's got some grain on it.
That sucker came back good. Got me right on the eyebrow, split me right open.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, it was fun. Out in Idaho, out in the middle of the mountains. Had to jump on my horse and ride back.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What were you doing in Idaho? Did you live out there?
Yeah, I lived out there for a couple of years. It was actually, honestly, one of my favorite places I ever lived in the United States. You've got all seasons. Yeah. Like snowboarding in the winter is great. You've got all these little rivers during the summer. You just get out there, jump on a tube, tie a cooler to it full of beers, and just float on down the river for 3 hours. And it's all free, too, because even the ski resorts, you have so many friends that all, like in winter season, they go up and work there, and they give you a free ski pass every day.
Well, I feel like half of that state is a national park, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And,
like, once you leave Boise, like, even at, like, the surrounding areas, like Meridian and, like, Napa and stuff like that, they're pretty bare. There's a strip club out there. It's called the Kit Kat Club, and you get to a stop sign. On the left side, there's a big cow pasture. On the front left side, there's, like, a big cow field or a potato field or something, and then on the other side just another big cow pasture, and then right in the middle there on the other corner, strip club.
Yeah. Oh, the circle of life.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, they had good drink specials though.
I bet.
Yeah, no, I went there a few times.
See, we missed that. My parents, we moved to Moscow, Idaho when I was...
Where's that?
So Moscow is this right? Is this good?
Oh yeah, that's solid.
It's up in the Panhandle, so if you're looking at the state, it's where the University of Idaho is, and it's probably like an hour south of Canada. Like there's Coeur d'Alene, and then go down and there's Moscow, and it's right on the border of Washington. So you have the University of Idaho, then you have like a 5-mile drive that you hit Washington State, and then another 5-mile drive from there, and you have the University of Washington. So you had Pullman and Moscow, and the two rival universities were only 10 miles apart.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. But I was like 13 or 14. We lived out there, so they never took me to a strip club.
I did. I was doing a lot of stand up when I was out there in Boise, and the town is like full of entertainment. Like people love entertainment out there, and I think it's because once you leave, there's nothing else there. But like comedy shows, concerts, all of them would just sell out all the time out there. And it's because BSU's right down there too, the Blue Turf, or Smurf Turf down there. So like you've got the whole college crowd on the nightlife out there. The city's freaking ridiculous at night, just bar after bar after bar.
I remember you telling me that you were doing comedy and that you'd done comedy, and that was like not like a past life, but like that was your life for a long time.
Yeah, about 8 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, you were touring.
Yeah, I toured for a while. I got lucky and got to work on a Vegas show for like a year or two when I first started doing comedy. And I was young and I wasn't very good, but I got really lucky. I started out working the spotlight for this guy because the guy who had a show at the Plaza, and his spotlight guy was sick, and I knew him from just being in comedy. And he's like, "Hey, you want to come fill in for the spotlight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll come do it." And a couple days later, when the guy came back, he was like, "Hey, you want to open for me tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And then I opened for him and opened again, and then went on tour with him, and then did Vegas shows with him and all that stuff. And then he stole a bunch of money and is a giant cokehead, and
oh God,
lost my house.
Oh damn! Started writing a country song.
Yeah, no, exactly. Speaking of country music, we should fucking announce the fact that this man right here, country local legend, shared the stage with people like Kenny Chesney, John Anderson, Hunter Hayes. I looked up your Wikipedia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
American Songwriter of the Year nominee. Did not know that one about you.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
It was cool. We yeah, that one was interesting. We didn't see that one coming at all. And I'd written this song called "Let You Leave," and we made the record in July of 2019 up in Nashville, and post production, everything, we set the record to release in the spring of 2020. So that was not great.
Man, you are not the first artist that I've talked to that has run into that issue where they released their album during COVID, and it was like it was like nobody ever knew it existed.
That was pretty much it, and we had pretty much exhausted all of our money in the into this record, so we were kind of relying on doing a radio tour and all that other stuff, which obviously we couldn't do. But I released a single off of that record and put some money behind it, for playlisting. And then one day I just decided I would submit to one of American Songwriting or the international, the ISRC one. And I took this song, Let You Leave, and I was like, hey, let's just see what it does. So I submitted it, and you got to pay like $20, whatever, fee. And then all of a sudden out of 50,000 songs, it got pulled for Song of the Year nomination. So it was in the top 5.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, and we hadn't released it.
Oh, that's even better.
So I was like, wait.
What a great way to promote it if you could.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no, we're even farther behind than I thought. And so we had to rush to try to get it released. And just in case it did, do anything. And we didn't win, but I think that year there were some pretty big people that were forced to listen to it and vote on it. So I think Alanis Morissette was one of the judges. So nice. She heard my song, which is pretty big.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty
things
solid.
are doing all right.
Yeah, I like that. What made you get into country music? Was it just growing up with country, or was there ever another style of music you were ever into?
I started playing in church.
That's very cliche of you.
It is. I figured I'd just rip that Band-Aid off because, tell me something people wouldn't know about you. But I started playing in church, and obviously, contemporary Christian gospel music was the most of it. But grew up listening to a lot of country and kind of Bob Seger, the Eagles, some classic rock. And that was the influence from my dad. And I don't know. I just kind of fell into when I was in Colorado. So I used to work a ranch. It's the largest privately owned ranch in the state of Colorado, called the 3R. And I moved out there for a while, and that's where I started writing my own music back in my early 20s. And obviously, if you're on this big 10,000-acre ranch and you got a guitar, you're going to write some country. Yeah,
that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy that's actually how I got into stand-up. Because I grew up on a ranch, and then when I graduated high school, one of the things that I was looking to do was go move out to Wyoming to go work on this huge cattle ranch out there, and I was just going to be a rancher out there, and then at the last minute, I decided I wanted to move to California to pursue comedy after all, and ended up just switching it up right there.
Yeah, I'd say you dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel good about it.
Yeah.
I feel all right with the decision.
Yeah, I had so many near-death experiences on the 3R.
Oh, I bet.
And looking back, I was like, I got out of there pretty lucky. Like, there's some old, crippled cowboys that I've seen that, the bars won't even sell them alcohol out there anymore, so they'll go to the general store and get a bottle of Purell. Like, it's pretty rough.
That's that life, though.
It is.
That is that life.
Yeah.
You're just fucking hard.
Well, you fall off a horse, you break your back, and now you don't have a retirement. You got nothing. You don't have workman's comp.
No.
No, you're a ranch hand.
Yeah, hopefully the ranch you've been working on the last 20 years takes care of you.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah,
so. I've watched Yellowstone. I know my way around.
Yeah. You know, I didn't.
I'm pretty familiar.
I did not want to watch that show.
I didn't either.
I let it go like 2 or 3 seasons. I don't know how many were out.
I don't know either. But.
And finally, I broke down and watched it. But everyone was like, "Oh man, you used to do that." You know,
it wasn't what I expected it to be because I avoided it because I thought I just didn't want to watch it. I thought it was going to be some bastardized Western kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, it was definitely better than I expected, and I got into it. But I refused for so long to watch it. Just didn't want to.
No, I didn't agree with it. No, there's parts of it I think that might be accurate to ranching, but there's almost no cows on this ranch. You know, you see cows
as big as the ranch
episodes,
is. Yeah.
And
it's always a herd of like 25.
No, dude, it's all just murder and sex. And, and I'm like, those are the 2 things we definitely didn't have on the 3R. We didn't have a bunkhouse full of hot modeled people. And
yeah, no, it wasn't like that.
No, we missed it.
I bet your songs would have been a lot different.
They probably got those after I left.
Yeah. That's what happened. They avoided having them there while you were there.
Yeah, they're like, oh, let's get Sean's a church kid. Let's get him out of here. Bringing the strippers from Idaho.
That's funny. So you said that was a big influence on your music writing, just being out there?
Yeah, being out there for sure.
What do you do now? Like do you collab with other people?
I tried to. Yeah, I tried to because it's hard if you're just going to sit and write by yourself. You end up only writing the same thing in different ways. And I love getting up to Nashville, and I'm lucky to have a good network of friends that are just so talented, just super talented songwriters. And I think it's crucial. And I don't know if it's kind of the same in comedy where you have to play off somebody else to get a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's important.
You got to surround yourself with some better people that are better than you so you can get better.
Yeah, that's why I'm in this room with you guys.
Oh, man, I always took every opportunity to any comedian that I looked up to or anything. Working with them was always great because you get some pointers, you get to learn some things. Also, you get to collab on creating new material together. It's good. It's a lot of fun.
Do you ever miss it?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I really like doing it. But I don't miss the commitment. The commitment is a lot. I mean, it's every day, especially now because I haven't done it in so many years. So if I want to do stand-up now, the way I'd have to start is literally go to every open mic night 4 or 5 nights a week and start building a set and start building, some stuff together again before I would even go and get a guest spot somewhere and then try to get a guest spot. So it's like you're dedicating so much of your life to something that I would basically be doing as a hobby.
You just have to start over at ground zero again.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? I
was doing stand-up comedy in 2002.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Well, there's a lot of material. Since then. Yeah. What do you think about the Austin thing? The comedy scene that's...
Oh, man, the Kill Tony and everything out there. It's amazing. I love how it's blown up. Me and Greg been talking about that we want to make a trip out there. And I fucking love so randomly on like the TikTok videos and everything that, the little clips. I've seen a few of my friends that I toured with from years ago and things like that have all made it on there, and that have Trish Smart. She booked down here with my buddy Mike Favorman a couple of years ago, but I just saw her on there too. She did really good, blew up on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I like what it's doing for comics.
Dude,
but it's a real roast.
It's brutal. Yeah, I could never do anything like that. I don't think.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
I'm into it.
Yeah. Would you ever do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would put together. It's only 1 minute. I would throw if I had the opportunity to go there. I would 100% be throwing my name in that bucket. Absolutely, dude. I could get on stage and pull out a solid 3 minutes right now if I had to. I got some bits.
All right.
I got some bits that don't die.
No, man. You got to play the greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly. The weed jokes are still fucking weed jokes. The fart jokes are still fart jokes.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna get a laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to incorporate those more in my songwriting. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Yeah, weed and farts.
Yeah, that's it's a big selling point.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Global warming.
That brings people down.
That brings people down.
That's not a happy.
Well, they were trying to get rid of cows.
Yeah. Well, that's why Yellowstone doesn't have any.
I know.
There's not enough.
Oh,
they're all gone, man.
They're LEED certified, carbon neutral ranch.
You working on any new projects right now?
Got a few irons in the fire. We've been very fortunate to kind of been given a residency at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center in Orlando.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, they've been very, very generous to us, and they have a new room called Judson's Live, and we played the kind of the grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony for this new room, and then they said, hey, do you want to have a show? So we obviously jumped at the opportunity, and it sold out in like 12 hours. It's like a 200 cap room.
Oh, that's great, then.
But it's great.
Yeah.
So then we did that the next month, and then the next month, and they're like, we think you need to raise your ticket prices. So then we did that, and then it kept selling out. And so, yeah, I pulled up the seating chart for August. I think it's the 27th this month that we're going there, and and it's all filled up already. And
well, that's awesome.
they're like, do you want to do 2 nights in a row? Like, that might be a lot, but, yeah, it's been great. So
if the people want it,
shoot, I don't know where they're coming from, but we would do a show of hands, and a good 2/3 of the crowd are first timers.
Really?
So it's great. It's a great opportunity.
What great exposure too, to be able to sell out a room with half of them being people that have never seen you before.
Yeah, and a lot of it's attributed to it's the Dr. Phillips. It's a beautiful room. It's state of the art. It's brand new. And
musicians, that's a great show for a musician.
Yes,
that's a great crowd.
We don't take it lightly. It's awesome, and so we're talking about moving up into the next bigger room, and hopefully kind of filming a special there for YouTube, and just to have a live at the Dr. Phillips Center. One night we can accomplish enough material to release, for quite a good amount of time, and it's live and it's in person, and all of our friends are in the audience. So that's kind of the goal we've been working on for this next record.
I was gonna say, so the next record would be a live album then? Yeah,
well, and having the last one that came out in 2020 not do so well, it was everyone,
What do you do with it? Because we have another friend of ours that is dealing with that, and we're always trying to talk, like, do you re-release that album? Do you try to do like a 5-year release party or something like that? Like, or is that just something you just kind of give up on and go, well, hopefully one day it picks up traction,
Maybe I'll digitally remaster it.
Yeah, like, is there some way that you just be like, just kidding, we didn't really mean it then, but here it is.
I think another way around it is if you re-record those songs with different members, or new player, or do it live.
Yeah.
Then
that's
a whole different.
Do the live album.
Yeah, it's a live record. You can do all the same songs.
Yeah.
And but for the last 4 years, I've been saying, hey, this song's off our new record, and that's getting old. People have wised up. They're like, so we've been burning these songs through. We know all the words. We're bored. Give us something else.
It's not a new record now.
No.
Yeah.
So we got to make another one, but I think live is going to be the key. And there's so many talented musicians here in Central Florida, to have them all incorporated, be a part of it. I think it'll be really, really special. So that's kind of the big thing we've been working on this year.
I love that. And I agree, man. Like the live aspect and the streaming it and all that, that's huge. And it works well.
I think it's just a different energy. It's great when you're in a studio and you're sitting with the best of the best players, and you're going through and you're doing 18 passes through a song to get that perfect take.
Yeah.
There's, it's a really, really cool experience. But, if you mess up, miss a note, or, something happens and you're doing it in front of 300 people, it's still capturing all that energy.
It is. And it shows your showmanship of how well you push through it.
Yeah. And some of my favorite live records, they have those mess ups.
Yeah. Where you have to improvise something real quick into
it.
Or
my biggest fear is forgetting lyrics. That one would be, I'd be like, all right, we're going to start this song over again. Let's clap a little louder now. I forget lyrics sometimes. I did it last time at the Dr. Phillips, last month, and I went into a song that I sang that I wrote, that I've performed 600 times, And I went into that first verse, and then my brains turned into scrambled eggs, and nothing came out except blah. And everyone was looking at me, and John, my fiddle player, was over here looking at me. And I was looking back at him like he was going to give me the lyrics. He couldn't think of them. So then I basically just, while I'm still playing the rhythm, I got a little quieter on the guitar. I looked out of the crowd, and I told him the story of the first verse and what it meant about my divorce. And it was like, and everyone loved it. And
that's a beautiful moment.
Luckily, John and I connected it on the chorus, and then everything else worked from there.
That's wonderful.
But yeah, I started sweating. I was like, oh, not now. But
I've gone on stage and forgotten a bit. I'll be going halfway into a bit and go, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
What was the punchline to this thing?
Well, from watching Kill Tony, comedy is ruthless.
Yeah.
That's
very vulnerable up there.
it's
terrifying.
Did you ever do the picture the crowd naked?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know who came up with that.
I don't know what that means.
It's awkward.
It's a weird thing to say.
Like my parents are in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Picture the crowd naked. Well, it's an all ages show. I'd rather not. Is this a necessity? Because I don't feel comfortable with it.
Am I going to jail?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but I've had several people. They're like, just imagine everyone's naked. I'm like, probably not.
Well, I make eye contact with people.
Yeah.
Like when I look in like not just like one table or something or one row or anything like that, but if I'm doing stand up, I look at people directly at them kind of thing. But I don't know, yeah.
Well, especially if they're naked, you want to make sure you
exactly.
don't break the eye contact.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, no. Well, I took my pants off 20 minutes ago. They didn't know that. But it is hot in here, so I have an excuse for taking my pants off.
Yeah, that's why I'm
fucking AC.
Gosh.
It's embarrassing, really.
We're all Winnie the Poohing it here. Nobody knows this. You're streaming online. You can.
Yeah, see, online it looks very cold. I put the cool filter on.
Did you really?
No.
Perfect.
So what made the transition into doing music professionally? Was it right out of the ranch?
No. I came back to Florida in 2009, and I worked with my uncle's ranch down in Okeechobee. They had a Brangus cattle and a sod farm down there. And after the housing market crashed in 2008, they had hundreds and hundreds of acres of St. Augustine grass and some varieties that wasn't moving. And when you're dealing with live goods, you have to keep those fields turning. And so we started a retail division up in Orlando just to move grass from Okeechobee, get it out of the ranch, and try to distribute it. And so we did that for a while. And then just the margins were so tough. We shut down the Orlando area. I went to work for Lowe's in Altamont Springs, and I worked at the pro desk there at Lowe's for like 2 years. And then I was talking to a buddy of mine, Matt Woods, and Matt's a great singer-songwriter, road dog. He's been all over the U.S. and over in Europe dozens of times, and he's been doing it for like 20-some-odd years. And Matt and I, we actually did a tour last year, all Southeast, Texas, Oklahoma, and back. But go get him. Our special guest has just arrived.
The guard dog.
Yeah.
And the people that can't read.
Recording in progress. Hit doorbell. But yeah, I called him one night. And I was like, man, how did you do it? And he's like, well, that's easy, son. You just do it.
Just commit.
Yeah. He's like, the worst thing that could happen is you don't like it or it don't work, and you just go back and get another job.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that is it. You just commit. You go full force and just go, well, I guess this is what I'm doing. And like with the stand-up, I mean, you have to tour a lot because you can't play the same city every weekend. It's because you're not writing an hour of new material every week or half an hour. So you have to travel just to keep going. And then, to jump into the realm of like being an open micer to trying to go pro, that's a full commitment to go, I'm going to be okay with living out of my Hyundai accent for a while, I guess. Yeah. And I guess this is just going to be my life for the next couple months.
Yeah.
And then you get through that hurdle where you start making decent money, get hotel rooms and all that stuff. But
hopefully, wait, you guys got hotel rooms?
Oh, yeah. Oh man, absolutely,
We're
bro.
close. We're getting close.
You gotta work on that rider, bro. I'm sponsored by an RV company over here, buddy.
I know. I've been doing it all wrong.
I'm telling you. See, let's plan a tour. Let's go.
Let's do
Set it up,
buddy. I'm not even joking. But yeah, it's been good. I wish I made that call. There's parts of me that wishes I made that call when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I did it when I did it, because I had to get a lot of life behind me before I started.
Did you start out solo and just doing like the bar gigs and stuff like that, or did you go right in with a band?
No, I started. I had played in bands since high school, and Thomas Wynn and I had a band.
Love Thomas Wynn.
Yeah, man, we had a band back, I think, before I could drive. I'm not 100% sure that he could drive either, but they did have a Volvo station wagon, and we'd all pile in there and go and play churches, and we'd play. We've done some, festivals, back booth,
Back
social
booth days.
Yeah, it was called Second Place Win, and I played guitar, and then joined back up with them, and they were the Wynn brothers, and then I kind of started my solo thing with my brother, who's a cellist, and when I came back from Colorado, we had put a couple of shows together, just guitar and cello, and then we had my sister on violin, viola, and she joined us. And then at one point, the biggest the band was, we were playing at Tanqueray's in Orlando, and then we had drums, upright bass, 2 violins, a cello, and me on guitar. So it was just all strings, and it was awesome. But life, people get married, go to school, have kids. It was hard to pull them all together.
Yeah, it is, because so much, it's so demanding.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. People underestimate how much goddamn work goes into playing shows, booking shows, promoting shows.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're starting out, man. It's so much legwork.
Well, my poor brother, he was working full-time job, and I'd already quit my job and went full-time. And so I'm just playing music, and Aaron's working full-time and then playing music at night. So he eventually broke down and joined the Navy. It was way easier, I think. And he's been in now almost 8 years. He's a chief in the Navy now.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's doing good. Living up in Maryland, but yeah. So now it's down to me, and I've got a guy, John, who's been with me since Aaron left, almost 9 years. And John's a fiddle player.
Yeah, I've met John.
Yeah, John. That's right. We've done a few shows for you guys.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. What do you think has been the hardest thing when you made your transition? Was it just trying to stay afloat, or what was the hardest part of it, making that leap?
Yeah. Yep.
All of it.
Yeah, man, it's scary.
Yeah.
And I've had the good fortune of being able to live very small with very few possessions, which has made it easier.
Yeah.
But I finally kind of made a big step just here recently, and I needed a place where I could write and create better than where I've been. And there's a group in DeLand. They took this 100-year-old church and converted it into like these nice apartments, and then the church sanctuary is turned into like an event space, live music hall. They're turning it into, and it's awesome. So I went and walked through, and they were building it out, and I was like, yeah, I can write in here. So I got the top floor, full wraparound red brick, 100-year-old floors, windows, sunlight coming in from all over. And so I just moved into this place, and my guitar's coming back out of its case between shows, which is
right. Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm working on writing some new stuff, and Mom always said I should go to church more, so I figured I'd just move into one. And
that's the easiest way to please everybody.
Yeah. And I love being able to tell people, like, well, love to hang out with y'all, but I got to go to church.
Yeah. No, we moved in next to a bar and a Jamaican restaurant.
That's great.
Yeah, it's almost the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. You can feel the soul.
Do you have like a career highlight? You think has there been like the top moment that reigns with you that you'll always remember? Like somebody you played with, somebody you met, something you created together, or something.
Man, there's been so many. I wonder.
Mine was meeting Carrot Top.
You met Carrot Top? I passed him in Winter Park once.
Yeah.
Jogging.
Yeah.
Well, he was jogging. I was in my car.
Hopefully, he had his pants all the way on.
I think he did. No,
That's
they were
good.
short shorts. I
Oh,
remember.
they are.
Yep. Yeah, I think, man, honestly, I think having that last record we did, we had Byron House come in and play on the bass, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's been on more Grammy-winning records than anyone, and he brought in this 200-year-old German upright bass when we tracked "Drinking for Two," and he had played that bass on every Emmylou Harris record. We had to go through Robert Plant's people just to get him.
That's awesome.
Because Robert Plant has him on retainer for him and Alison Krauss. So, like, I mean, this is the best of the best. He was the coolest. That was cool. I think standing on stage at Red Rocks with Dirk Bentley was cool, too. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid go-to, I would think.
Yeah.
Just Red Rocks alone standing on that stage. I stood on that stage when it was closed, and it was pretty epic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it felt pretty powerful, you know?
He had just, and our buddies Cross Canadian Ragweed were opening, and I got to go out there. So it turned out that tour was one that Thomas and I were supposed to be on. And we ended up not being able to get on that tour because of some stuff. And I ended up in Colorado, and I'm ranching cows. That tour comes through that we were supposed to be playing on. Cross is playing our slot. Well, it's their slot. And so I talked to the boys, and they're like, come on up. So I went on up there and found Randy, their drummer, and he pulled me backstage. Got to see Grady and the boys, and Grady had a bottle of Southern Comfort in his backpack because Red Rock stops, like they shut down the bars at a certain point. And so I'm standing from me to you behind the drummer on stage, drinking out of a bottle of Southern Comfort while Dirks is playing Come a Little Closer as a show closer. It's before the cell phone lights, you know, so everyone had lighters. And it was just, he did like a 12-minute version of that song, and I got to just sit there and feel that kick drum pump through my chest. So it was a cool experience.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
It was awesome.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing.
That little thing, but
I didn't realize you and Thomas Wynn played together in the past.
Yeah,
were you guys
for a long time
still same style kind of country music, or because he's more on that folky Americana style, like with Thomas Wynn and the Believers? And
we were playing like drop D distorted guitars in our first band. I think Thomas still played. Still played a Siegel or acoustic guitar, but yeah, we were very much kind of into that rock. I mean, Thomas can't do anything without soul. Like, it's got all of him and Olivia and the whole fam. Papa Wynn was still playing drums, and so it was. I don't know. It was always Thomas's style. And, it was very cool because that's how I cut my teeth playing in front of crowds was, with him and his brother Jordan. And, it was a cool experience for sure. And some of those old songs that he was writing back in his, teenage years are still good. I'm like, dude.
He's just one of those local powerhouses, man.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the music industry, you know who he is. You know the man's just full of talent. His wife, I'm sure his kids are already playing guitar better than him.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's that country music Hall of Fame DNA.
Yeah, man.
Papa Wynn down, man. They're
absolutely
unstoppable. Yeah, and they got picked up. They got a deal and a management deal for a while. I think it was the guy who managed Nickelback. I think it was.
I can't remember. That was a bit ago.
Yeah,
because they haven't played together in a couple of years now.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a COVID thing too. I don't know. I don't want to say, but yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
it would make sense.
Back when everything just crashed and burned.
Yeah, that all adds up. What do you get like with country music? What kind of country do you think you consider yourself? I know, like, for me, I listen to like 90s country. You got that where country got a little bit more rock and roll in it, and then I feel like you've got a little 90s mixed with like a little Americana. kind of vibe going with that.
I kind of like that Americana vibe.
Yeah. Do you morph your vibe like over the years, or has it been just straight like that?
No, I think it's just, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, because I'm such a big fan of classical strings too, where if I don't have a cello, I've got a violin or something.
Yeah.
My idea for a dream band is going to be pedal steel, cello, violin, upright bass, maybe drummer, maybe a banjo, but just love having string melodies. And honestly, the stuff that I've started writing in this old church is sounding more Americana. So I'm like,
yeah.
I might just make a rock and roll record next time I go in the studio and just do something a little different.
Because there's like country music is cross genre, for its entirety of its existence. Country music has adapted over the years to every different type of music that's been around there. Yeah. From blues to jazz to rock to everything. And I think like with the Chris Stapletons and things like that now, like that Americana kind of vibe is another transition that country's coming into right now, I think, is that type of vibe.
Oh my gosh.
And it's kind of leaving the pop vibe, and then you've got a little bit of a hip hop vibe in there too now.
Yeah.
But, because it's gone from, like I said, like the 90s country, and then then what happened then? What do you think happened then with country music?
From the 90s?
Yeah, I have a theory.
Oh, gosh. I don't.
From the 90s on, how country music has changed to what it is today.
Well, growing up, what I was listening to in the 90s country was heavily influenced, I think. The style change started with Garth Brooks, was what some folks would say.
All right.
That when Garth came out, he kind of changed the tone of country music and what became more top 40 country style afterwards. But yeah, in the 2000s, as it switched over, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on when it turned into bro country.
So I could tell you that country, I think, took another interesting turn right around 9/11. Because that's where country became America, fuck yeah. And like it kind of went back to a little more country, but it just became this patriotic vessel.
Yeah. No, it was the biggest thing. Toby Keith was,
Yeah, like all that. And then I think from there it transitioned into like the Taylor Swift kind of era where it started becoming more poppy.
Yeah.
And you got this more like pop music, country music going on.
Yeah. I like that it's turning the direction it is now.
That's right. Yeah, I think now the Americana, at least like those bands now that are out there, that are going with that Americana style. I love that. I can go with that all day.
And even guys are crossing in and out, like Marcus King, and as a blues guitar player, singer songwriter, he's unstoppable, and like he's doing stuff with Zach Brown, and then you got Billy Strings.
Yeah,
who is just an unstoppable force of bluegrass meets what the heck.
Yeah.
And with the direction these guys are going, and none of those guys are played on the radio.
Yeah, not really.
And they are selling out
and they're
multiple
huge.
dates at stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Strings is a great example.
Yeah, he did 3 days at Red Rocks, sold out. And 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 pretty much anytime he wants to, he could just go do that. And I think Cody Jinks also was kind of one of those first independent guys to really break out without a major label backing.
Yeah.
And he sold out big stadium in Texas, like football stadium.
Yeah.
Without a label or any backing, just doing it in house.
Well, now you can do that now so much easier. And like, because do you have like TikTok and all that stuff going on? Or
Yeah, I'm not good at it.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
But like you look at TikTok has made musicians blow up. Shabuzi, that song, that was nothing months ago, and then it became just a fucking hit, and it's because it trended on TikTok. And there's so many songs where, the 30-second clip of a song starts trending, and then an artist that has never been heard of just blows the fuck up because of it. And a lot of them aren't ready for the spotlight.
Did you watch the girl that sang the national anthem at the home run
Oh
derby?
God, yeah.
That was
That's
tough to
brutal.
watch. But going
Painful.
back to the pressure of if you kind of blow up too quick.
Yeah.
And you blow up in a way that you don't really fight through those nerves that you get when you start in a small room and you're opening.
Exactly. You don't build that up. You don't build up what it's like to bomb. You know, you don't build up the confidence to know what it's like to sit in silence with everybody watching you. Like, those are some interesting feelings to have, man. When you're on stage,
and they're important.
Yeah, and you need to know how to deal and how to keep your composure and all that. And also, I don't think it was the alcohol, man. I've drank a bottle of whiskey on stage, and I could still fucking sing. I could sing better, bro.
I see the memes. Yeah, I think someone made one with Dom, Supervillain Dom, like where it's like, "Sorry, I was drunk," and then there's a picture of the band, like. Yeah, we've all been there. Yeah, I don't think I do well if I don't have a little bit of something in me.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's like a little
calm me down
pre-show ritual, maybe a little shot of whiskey, maybe a little toke,
Yeah. I mean, I was at a bar before I walked in here.
That's good.
They said Dean Martin had to drink an entire bottle of vodka before he could get on stage.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Whole bottle of vodka.
I only drink half a bottle.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, you'll be
But it's
fine.
whiskey. I ain't no bitch.
All right, never mind. I've got so much to learn.
Oh man, what are you talking about? You and me have had plenty of whiskey.
We have done many whiskeys.
We did that Johnny Walker Black up in my old office.
Oh,
that was a good time.
Go check on that.
Man, I'm glad to see that the Orlando music, the country scene's doing good out here, though. The fact that you got that Dr. Phillips thing going on and that it's selling out, that's got to say that the local scene, the country music scene, has got to be doing pretty good then.
Yeah, and I also think it's more of they want an intimate songwriter telling them something that's true,
Yeah.
And that's what that venue particularly lends itself to, is you get to sit and make yourself vulnerable in front of a new crowd.
Absolutely.
Every month, and you get to tell them, about your life, about this story.
Yeah.
And then by the time you're done, you're shaking everyone's hand, thanking them for being there. And then you see them, down the road, and it's just really cool. And I think it's something that's you can't have when it gets to a certain size. It's hard to capture that, but for where we are right now, I think it's important, especially with any type of music. If you're just truthful with your audience and you, like I said, make yourself vulnerable and you stand there on stage silent by yourself and you just put your heart out there. I think that's what people are getting into, and I think that's where we're seeing the most success, is just giving them all we got.
I think that's pretty accurate, because we live in a world of so much content, and it's just so much not genuine content. Everybody's faking this and doing that. To be able to go somewhere and experience a very sincere and genuine performance that you can get behind and enjoy for the evening, it leaves you feeling a lot better than sitting and just absorbing all this garbage content all day.
I watched, especially with AI and Chat GPT and some of the songs that people are writing.
Chat GPT is the greatest thing in the world.
Dude, a buddy of mine, was showing it to me, and he was like, write a song about anything. He's like, what do you want it to be about? And I was like, I don't know. Like, so it was kind of like Mad Lib. So it was, all right, make it a love song. Pick two characters. So he picked Kid Rock, and I was like, all right, Hitler. And he's like, all right, so ChatGPT wrote a love song between Kid Rock and Hitler. And oh my God.
Was it phenomenal?
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Also, it was just maddening how quickly that happened. I was like, well, that's it.
Oh man,
there goes music.
I'm so deep into ChatGPT. I've told it I want it to learn everything about me, so when I die, it can answer all my unanswered questions for everybody.
That's terrifying. So it's just
No, I already asked it. I'll sit there and be like, "Hello, ChatGPT, tell me about myself," and it tells me all kinds of great things.
Things you didn't even know about yourself.
Yeah, I knew most of them. I was pretty aware of a lot of them.
You're like, well, turns out I'm gay.
Whoops.
No,
that's
man.
funny. What with staying out here or starting out here in Florida and everything, you got any favorite venues that you've been at that you always go back to?
Air conditioned ones are usually pretty good.
Yeah, man.
I'm into. No, I wasn't making a dig here.
It kind of seems like you were,
dude. No.
I set up a fan for Christ's sake.
So fun fact. A couple days ago, one of our wonderful fans, Miss Carol, it was her birthday, and they're members at the Sanford Moose. So I was like,
been there.
Hell yeah. So I went and played, and they come out and see us at JB's Fish Camp or, New Smyrna, wherever. And we're just sweating our asses off, cutting the sleeves off our shirts, bug spray, and they're all hanging right there with us. And so I made a joke the other night at the Moose. I was like, they're like, is this okay? You good? I'm like, it's air conditioned. This is amazing. And hey, Bubbas. And yeah. And then by the time it was done, we were hanging out. They sponsored me in, and I joined, and now I'm a member of the Moose.
Oh, I love it. I love going to the Moose.
Are you a member?
No, my girlfriend was a member, though. Hers expired, but man, that is such a great bar to go to. So many great people, so many cheap drinks.
I ran into so many people I knew, and they're like, what are you doing here?
Oh, dude,
like,
the bingo nights and the barbecue nights. Yeah. Like, they do all kinds of stuff. Every week there's something fun to do there.
Dude. Yeah, everyone was
the claw machine and the Sanford one. I took my kid there. He got like 10 stuffed animals. All the old ladies at the bar kept giving him more dollar bills to go get more toys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna definitely use the claw machine. Yeah, I might end up there tonight. I got 4 tokens.
Oh, buddy, you're in it.
You want a beer later?
There is I don't want to say it. Never mind. Slot machines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is that at that one? Yeah, that's at that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. Adult arcade games.
Yeah.
I think that sounds bad too.
Yeah, but as far as favorite venues, I mean, it's honestly, I think some of the best ones are those. It's not really the room. It's just if you get the attention of 10 people.
Yeah.
Versus 30,000, like it's so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know, for your soul. I think as an artist, so yeah, I definitely don't discriminate. We did one in Jacksonville lately, the Blue Jay. They have a great listening room up there. The owner, Kara, she's been running this thing for a while, and they quite a few artists from down here and friends, they go up there and play, and I'd always try to figure out a way to get in there. And we went and played, and I'd never played in Jacksonville proper, and I was kind of worried because it was a $35 ticket, and we were the only act, and I was like, I don't want them to lose money on us, and it sold out. And then there was like standing room tickets people were using.
Damn.
And I was like, I didn't know I knew that many people in Jacksonville. So
should go back to Jacksonville.
And it was air conditioned. I was like,
again with air conditioning.
It's on the list. It's on the, no, I'm freezing over here. No.
Yeah. Oh man, we got anything coming up soon? You got your monthly gig over at Dr. Phillips.
Yeah, that's sold out now. So I think our next one will be. Hold on, this is shameless promotion time. Yeah, our next one will be September 26th.
Nice. And how do people follow you on Facebook, social media type stuff for updates? What's the best one?
SeanHolcomb.com.
Nice.
That'd be the best way, and then you could.
That's an easy one.
Link to everyone. Yeah, I bought that for $8, and it's been perfect.
We got noshowtv.sucks.
Oh, do you know what I did during COVID? Like all of our friends, and they were all starting OnlyFans pages. Like so many people we knew were like, follow me on OnlyFans. I'm like, oh, not her too. But so I went and looked up, and I found the domain onlyshawns.com.
Oh, beautiful.
And it $8. I bought it. And then I made up stickers with the OnlyFans logo that says Only Sean's with a little cowboy hat on it.
You could make a killing with that website.
Yeah.
Just building out a website where everybody named Sean can upload their profiles and pictures of themselves. You know how many jackass Seans would go out there and be like, oh, I have an Only Sean. They would pay monthly membership just to be part of the Only
Sean's.
Sean's.
The pros
Come on, let's go.
Well, my buddy Stu was like, "Oh, I want one," so I bought his too. So I've got Only Stu's and Only Sean's.
Oh man,
I'm gonna make
I
tens
slept
of dollars.
on that one. I should have
I
gone.
want an Only Greg now. Only Greg.
Only Greg.
Check and see if it's out.
I think Only Sean's is good because it kind of works with the Only fans, you know. Only Dustin's. Yeah, that sounds fucking dumb.
Oh no, we can do it.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate you coming in today, man.
Dude,
Fucking
thank you,
hanging out in
guys.
the studio with us,
Oh.
even though the AC is down, which you've made us all very aware of.
Allegedly.
It's all right though. I'm gonna add the cool filter to the video so
Perfect,
we
yeah.
look like we're freezing balls cold.
Just whitewash the sweat out of my eyes.
Absolutely. It could have been nice and told you, like, maybe wear a t-shirt.
Maybe we're
maybe not wear
I
fucking
didn't know there were gonna
denim.
be HD cameras.
Yeah, I didn't realize you're gonna wear denim today.
Dude, it sucks, but yeah, it's hard to do cowboy boots and country music in the summer.
Oh, it really is.
There was a season there where I did board shorts and boots, and then people started showing up at shows dressed like me.
I was just talking to my
Became a
girlfriend
thing.
about that. I was like, because she wears boots with shorts.
Girls can
And girls
get away
can
with
do
it
that.
better, yeah.
And I was like, I'd wear my boots a lot more in the summer if it was appropriate to wear fucking boots and shorts, but you just look like a jackass.
Maybe you just got to shave your legs. Maybe that's
I don't know. I mean, if I'm at home, boots and shorts all day, then that's totally fine. But like if I go to Walmart and that, fucking people are judgmental.
Maybe not Walmart.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
you'll
that's
fit
a
right-
bad
yeah,
example.
You'll fall right in there.
Yeah. Walmart and the state fair, those are out. Or
Circle
county
K,
fairs.
maybe. I don't know. Well, I appreciate you guys having me up here, man.
Yeah,
It's been
man.
Awesome. It's
We'll
good
have
to
to
see
have
the
you back
place. I
again.
love what you're doing here.
Thank you, buddy. When we get some of these other projects going, we'll get you back in here again.
Yeah, may have to talk to you about that live record.
Oh, absolutely.
Recording there,
Oh, we can do all kinds of things.
buddy.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I love it. Well, let's see. This is how we know it's been an hour because I always need a cigarette after an hour.
I knew it was something.
Yeah, no, that's how it always happens. You get
down.
the feeling, you get the jonesing, you know it, and you're in it.
It's when the ears come off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
God, I didn't realize how much